Hey guys. Okay, so today we're gonna do something a little bit different on this channel. I'm always late to like trends and stuff, but I looked it up and I haven't seen one of these yet. A ton on TikTok, but not on here. We're gonna do, well, first let's talk. Have you guys watched Tiger King? And if you haven't, you should watch it. I know. When my fiance asked me to watch it, I was kind of like, no thank you. Like, what's the premise? And he told me and I'm like, no thank you. But then I started and it's like a train wreck you cannot look away from. It is, I can't talk about it. Because you can't describe it. It's just like a hot mess. Anyway, I've seen a lot of people on TikTok transforming themselves, like doing these Joe Exotic skits and they're like transforming themselves first. So I thought, okay, maybe I'll make a YouTube video transforming myself into Joe Exotic. I'm really nervous about this. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but we're going to try our best. I'm going to start with the face and then I will show you guys how to do the hair, draw the facial hair. We'll pick an outfit. We're going to do the whole nine, okay? And like I said, I typed it on YouTube. I haven't seen, not a single one popped up, not one. So maybe for once I will be like ahead of the game. Could you imagine? So I already did my skincare today and I'm just going to go ahead and start by laying down just a base, because what we're going to do is we're going to age the skin. That's going to be our first step. We're going to age the skin. Joe, obviously, if you know, he's had like a lot of, he's lived a life. He's got some wear and tear going on. So we're going to start with this Becca Ultimate 24-Hour Cover Foundation. So I think it gives like just a good coverage in like a plain base to get started on. And then we're going to go in from there. Not only have I never I'm nervous because I've never done this and I don't have any inspo to go off of because I haven't seen one online at all. But also I've never done aged skin before, so guys, don't click off. I'm pretty confident that I will do it well, but like I said, I've just never done it. It's new for me. So thanks for watching, and I'm gonna try to edit this so it's not like boring you with stuff like this, but I'm just filming right now all the way through. I'm good with that base. It's just like think of it as like whiting out a canvas so that you can just create on there. Okay, so aging is a lot about shadows. So what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna take one of these, whichever one is a little darker. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna take this one. This is the Trace Stick, like contouring stick, and we're just gonna contour, but not quite in the way that we usually would. We're still gonna go hard right here on the cheekbones. So right now, like making these shadows is gonna like hollow out your skin. We're gonna follow right along at the temple here. And then instead of, usually us ladies like to go boop right across the forehead line to make our forehead not look like a six head like this. Instead, we're gonna kind of go like this and create the hollow so that it can look, you know, like the skin is sagging a bit. Okay, and then we're gonna do it right in that little crevice where our chinny chin is. And then we're just gonna blend it out. Wet it. I keep a water bottle with water right on my vanity so I can just spray it and go. All right. Okay, so we're gonna blend this up. It'll look crazy at first. At least that's what I'm telling myself, folks. I'm just trying to create like a sunken in like base of my skin, you know? And then with here, we're gonna blend down so it looks like, you know, your cheekbones are a sagging. Highlighter shade that's like almost white. So I have that in the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer. I bought this, like, I don't know why I got it so light, but it ain't it. So we're gonna use this. So this is gonna kind of pop out the places that we want to like protrude, like look like they're protruding like outward, not so sunken. So every kind of spot where we did that. It's hard to navigate this because it's like you got to be thinking about like shadows on the face. Okay, and I think I'm just gonna blend that out with my finger because I don't want the brush to eat away any of the product. Okay, so I blended that out, and now we definitely want right here to pop because that'll just make the sag look even more so. And right in the center of our chin, so we did the dark around there, we're gonna do the light there. And same thing, we're just gonna brighten it up. And if this doesn't like work bright enough, I will go over it with like a banana powder or something. Just gonna make it like really pop. Let's just, again, trust the process, see where it takes us. I think it will work. Looking now, I think it will work. I think we're getting a good contrast there. We're gonna go under the chin, just like you would with regular highlight and contour, like if you were baking your face. But now we're gonna do right by our chin, but not touching, not ruining this here. We're gonna do 2 little triangles to create like jowl-like things, you know? I know, I hate that word because it makes me think of a dog. So I guess if we're talking about Joe Exotica, it's really not that far off. What was that? Just kidding. I don't want to like talk about the movie because I don't know who has seen it that's watching this. And I don't want to spoil anything. Okay, so I want a little more contrast on these. So I'm going to take this Shade and Light palette, Kat Von D, and go with this super dark shade over here that I literally never use. So at least now I have a reason to use it. And I'm just going to use my finger. And I'm just going to blend some more shadow right over top of that. Because we laid down that, you know, stick contour first, this will really stick onto there. I'm going to take this little eyeshadow brush and I'm going to use that dark shade to kind of just contour underneath that white. Oh, I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. So basically all I did was go in here and fill in like my nasal folds, I guess you could call them, which is just like where your mouth starts to droop as you age. I know I look like a barn animal or something, like that's what I'm going for, but once we shadow and highlight the other sides of these lines, it'll look better. And then also right outside of my lips. Okay, now we're gonna take that highlight color in a different brush and we're gonna go underneath these lines with our highlight. I'm gonna take just go right underneath those lines and then we're gonna blend that out. So basically when you're doing shadowing like this, for every dark shadow you need a light shadow to like contrast it with. So, and that one will always blend in the opposite direction. So in the middle you're always going to have like this fine line of contrast. Okay, and now we're going to do under the eyes. And we're blending up just as we did before. And then we're going to have our highlight underneath. Those down so that we have again that like hard line. Oh, it's raining pretty good out there. I've been walking my dog every day and this morning he was like, all right, we ready to go? And it was like heartbreaking when I had to tell him no. But it's really coming down out there. Okay, so now we're gonna wrinkle up the forehead. If you have wrinkles, you can just go with the lines that are naturally shaped on your actual wrinkles. I'd say pick like 3. If you don't, how cute. I'm happy for you. But you're just gonna have to figure it out. I'm not helping you. While I'm in there, I'm also gonna hit up my 11th, which is this. Again, if you don't have those, congratulations. But I do. And then we're gonna blend up like we have been doing. For the 11th, you're gonna blend out. Okay, and same thing, we're gonna take this underneath our lines. I would also advise that you're like wiping once you lay your highlight with this brush, use the same brush to blend it, but give it a good wipe off first. Otherwise, you're going to have still a ton, and it's going to be really hard to blend it out. Okay, so I already went ahead and did this eye. Here's the thing. I don't know, I guess that my eyes are the only thing that hasn't really aged yet. I'm 29, so I'm starting to get some signs of aging. I was bad with my skin when I was young. If you're young and you're watching this, don't sit out in the sun without sunscreen, okay? Don't do it. Moisturize, people are starting their skincare routines now when they're like 12. Like, I didn't even know what skincare was till I was at least 23, so, I mean, I guess if it's available to you, do it. But yeah, so my skin's suffering in a lot of places, but my eyes are not one of them, so I just kind of picked spots where I would imagine wrinkles to be, and everyone's wrinkles are different. Thank goodness for that, right? So it's okay to just kind of pick and choose where you want your eye wrinkles to go. Okay, now we're gonna contour our nose. If you're like me, you do that sometimes anyways. So as you get older, your nose, like, I don't really know what it does, but we're gonna just kind of make it up. So you're just gonna start with like going right on the ridges of your nose. If you've ever nose contoured before, just like because you want to change the shape of your nose, I don't do it every time I do makeup, but sometimes if I'm feeling a little wild, I will. We're pretty much just gonna do the same exact thing as you would if you nose contoured yourself. However, you want to make it more dramatic. Like, obviously, if I'm going out in everyday life, I'm not gonna go this hard with it, and I'm also gonna make it look way more snatched. And then you're just gonna blend your lines outward. And then we're gonna take our shade, and this time we don't need to use a brush, but we're just gonna highlight the center there, because remember what we want to protrude, we're gonna brighten. Okay, and then we want our under eye area right there to pop so that the bags under your eyes actually look like bags. So even though we already kind of highlighted that area a little bit, we're going to go ahead and emphasize just the inner part, you know, before you hit your wrinkles even more. Just so you're like giving the you know, serving the like, I'm old, I'm tired vibe. Okay, now I'm going to just take a translucent powder. This one's the Aesthetica one. I talked about this on my channel before. I got it on Amazon. It was like $25, I think, but it's lasted literally so long. And I'm just going to be generous with that and just set my whole entire face, because we're going to have to go over this with Joe Exotica facial fixings. So this will also help everything kind of blend out a little. So this is the picture we're using. Those are the eyebrows we're gonna go for. Okay, Joe, have a seat back there, calm down. Okay, so I'm gonna take my eyebrow pencil. Let's get these bad boys, you know, in a way with themselves. So his eyebrows start like, he hasn't had an eyebrow wax in a very long while. We'll just say that. They kind of start like way down here, and they're super thick. And then they get like sharp and pointy at the end. So we're just gonna outline that. And we're gonna try to make that all just look like one cohesive unit. Okay, so now we've got big chunky eyebrows, and we're just gonna take whatever brow gel and just kind of brush those I'm like kind of brushing upward, kind of just like all over because they're not put together. So instead of, you know, brushing upward like usually would do, I'm just going back and forth with that. Okay, now we're gonna work on his infamous eyebrow ring. I've never done one of those before, so let me like grab whatever products I think I might need and I'll check right back. Ordered a bunch of paint from this company based out of LA that does special effects makeup. It's called Mehron Makeup. And I got this. So I think what I'm gonna do is just outline what the eyebrow ring would look like, and then once it dries, I'm gonna just plop gold eyeshadow on top. So it kind of, or actually I have gold pigment, so I'm gonna use this as more like a glue, and I'm gonna put gold glitter pigment on top. And this NYX Shimmer Down pigment is like, it's really good. So I need a fine tipped brush, something like that. I'm just gonna carefully okay, so the guy totally rocks like a whole ass Fu Manchu beard mustache combo. So we're gonna just start filling this in with hair-like strokes. And I think what I'm gonna do is go in with like a pomade to make these, like the strokes even more defined. Struggle. Figure out what works, I guess. So I'm gonna wet the brush. We're gonna go in with this powder brow with a wet brush. Okay, so now we're gonna start with Fu Manchu, so we're going down the sides. I'm just gonna kind of draw out the area. The road in which we will be traveling. Okay, and then we're gonna start our we don't want to overdo it, so I'm gonna keep this as the face. I'm gonna go change into my flannel so that I don't have to do any more removing of this. And once I get my hair down, it's gonna like and set with pins and stuff, it's gonna be very hard to go back, so we're gonna do that real quick. Okay, so now we have our flannel, but we see this discrepancy here in the skin color, so we are going to take our Becca foundation. We're going to lay that down because we're going to do some chest hair here. We got to hit every nook and cranny to really embrace the character. Sometimes when I put foundation on my neck, I like break out big time, so we're really going to try, we're really going to hope that is not what happens today. I'm struggling, I've never done chest hair before. I guess we'll try it with this. Same technique we used it there. I don't really even know how chest hair works, but... Okay, so he does have a neck tattoo that says Dylan in cursive right here. I am nervous to do it. I was gonna do it with liquid eyeliner, but the problem is if your skin's a little loose like that, it's really hard. It's really hard. So I think what I'm gonna do is same thing we did with like the chest hairs, except we're gonna be using a black eyeshadow, and we're gonna go ahead and try to okay. So for hair, he definitely has like these distinct bangs and then like a mullet. Hate to show you what's under here, but I have a lot of hair. So I'm gonna put my hair in a loose bun so that I can kind of flap. Okay, so I think we're going to start off by like sectioning the hair and how it's going to have to pop up. And then we will throw the hat on once the hair is all tied off. Because what I'm thinking is I'm going to split my hair down the middle. And I'm going to kind of tie it in a bun like that. Like that. She's gonna take some work. We're gonna have to pull hair down. Okay. And then we're gonna have to tuck. And tighten. Tuck. This is like and tighten. Okay guys, so this is it. We are Joe Exotic, we are thriving, we are ready to head to the big cat rescue for some justice. Now, if you do this look, I just would like for you to post it on Instagram and tag me in it. My Instagram is Casey is Fetch, C-A-S-E-Y-Y is Fetch, F-E-T-C-H-H. I will pin it in the comments. Yeah, Joe Exotic signing out.